Hey everyone, I want to go through the importance and the benefits behind doing an active recovery after racing. So if you've ever been to a race, you'll probably notice that most of the superclass and pro riders, after they finish their lap, they'll head out into the car park with their long seat posts and they'll turn the legs over for about 5 to 10-ish minutes. So believe it or not, the pro riders, they don't do it just to look cool. There's actually a bit of reason to it. So to understand why we do this, firstly we need a little bit of knowledge on our energy systems. So pretty much we have two sides. So on one side we've got our aerobic energy system, which is our long duration, low intensity, so slower speeds. So our aerobic energy system is where we maintain a steady state, which essentially just means where our oxygen levels meet our demands, alright? So on the other side, we have our anaerobic energy system. So in this, we have our anaerobic glycolysis system and also our ATP-PC system. But just for the point of this video, we're just gonna call this side anaerobic. So this is your higher speeds, your bit more explosive, and your shorter duration. Alright, so BMX racing fits pretty snug into the anaerobic side. So the problem with using our anaerobic energy system is that it creates a lot of byproducts. So essentially we need oxygen to break down glucose and use that as energy. When our intensity is too high, our oxygen levels don't meet our demands, which means we produce a lot of byproducts. One of these is that we produce hydrogen ions in our blood, which makes our blood more acidic and which gives us our muscles that burning feeling, and they produce with less force. Alright, so if you've ever finished a full lap and your muscles are burning and you're like, oh man, I can't move my legs, the reason why is because you've had an accumulation of hydrogen ions in the blood, which has made your muscles more acidic, and that's what that burning feeling's from, alright? So that's pretty much the basic rundown of our two energy systems. So pretty much at the end of a BMX race, we have just finished using our anaerobic energy systems, alright? So we've got all this byproduct in our legs. Now, the importance of using an active recovery is that it just helps us wash out all those negative byproducts and help bring in more nutrients and more oxygenated blood to sort of flush out all those nasty stuff. So if we think about it, if we finish our race and we sit straight back down, our heart rate numbers is going to go from pretty much our max heart rate straight down to our resting heart rate. And what we find here is all those byproducts that are in our blood and muscles, they are going to stay there for a lot longer because we don't have the blood pumping as much to deliver those nutrients and new oxygen-rich blood. So this is where the benefits of warm down come in. So let's say we just finished our race and our heart rate's up near max heart rate. So if we quickly put our long seat post in and we go for a pedal for 10 minutes, our heart rate's going to gradually head back down to our resting levels, all right? So it's not going to just plummet, it's going to gradually go down. And the main thing to get with this is that because our heart rate's going down gradually, our heart rate's going to be higher than what it is if we're just sitting down, which means our muscles and our heart is working as a bit of like a pump. So it's pumping more blood around the body, delivering more oxygen, which is going to help with recovery. All right, so if we sit down, we don't have that pump, oxygen is not flowing as well. Where if we have our active recovery, everything's flowing, everything's pumping around, and we are removing those byproducts from our blood. All right. So the end result is if you do an active recovery, when you get up to that next race, you'll be a little bit more fresher than if you just sat down, all right? And especially a race day, where you got quarters, semis, finals, you can be doing 6 races in a day. It's really important to be staying on top of your recovery. So this is just one of the things to help manage that burning, shitty feeling on race day, all right? So after you finish your lap, chuck in a long seat post, or if you don't have a long seat post, just go for a ride in the car park. Make sure you got your helmet on, and just spin those legs out, and then you should be right to go for your next race. All right, so, all right, guys, I hope this helps. I'll see you next time. Cheers.